There's a berry that's been used in traditional medicine for over 3,000 years to protect vision and extend lifespan. Clinical trials in 2021 proved it increases eye protection better than lutein supplements. The plant grows wild across Britain, America, and Europe. Has been here for 3 centuries. Most people have no idea it's edible. It's called goji berry, or Lycium barbarum. Let's start with what this plant actually is. First, if you find this interesting, leave a subscribe so you don't miss what comes next. Ningxia Province, northern China. 800 miles of desert plateau. Farmers here have cultivated goji for over 400 years, not as a cash crop, but as daily food. Fresh in summer, dried through winter. The same way your grandmother might have kept a jar of preserves. In traditional medicine texts, dating back 2,000 years, goji was classified differently than most herbs. Not for treating sickness, for maintaining health long term. The difference between emergency medicine and daily nutrition. By the 1600s, European botanists, documenting plants from Asia, kept encountering references to this berry. Jesuit missionaries sent seeds back. The plant could survive European winters. 1730, it arrived in Britain properly. Archibald Campbell, 3rd Duke of Argyll, ordered tea plants from China. What he received was goji, either by mistake or deliberate substitution. He planted it anyway at his estate, near what's now Twickenham. The plant thrived in British coastal soil. Salty, poor, windswept. By 1800, farmers up and down the English coast were using it as hedgerow. Not for the berries, for erosion control and livestock barriers. Here's where it gets interesting. For 300 years, goji grew across Britain, later spreading to North America and Europe. Birds ate the berries, scattered seeds everywhere. The plant naturalized, became part of the landscape. But nobody in the West ate the berries. No culinary tradition transferred with the plant. Chinese farmers had 6 centuries of knowledge about drying, storing, and cooking with goji. British farmers saw it as ornamental hedge. The berries were there, the knowledge wasn't. So what's actually in these berries that 3,000 years of use was pointing toward? Let's talk about your eyes for a minute. In the center of your retina sits a tiny spot called the macula. It's responsible for your central vision reading, recognizing faces, driving. As you age, this spot accumulates damage from blue light, sun exposure, oxidative stress. Eventually, it breaks down. That's age-related macular degeneration. 11 million Americans have it right now. Leading cause of blindness in people over 60. No pharmaceutical cure exists. Your macula protects itself with 2 compounds, lutein and zeaxanthin. They filter blue light and neutralize free radicals. The problem is, your body can't make these. You have to eat them. National Institutes of Health studied this for years. Their recommendation, 2 milligrams of zeaxanthin daily for prevention. 1 ounce of dried goji berries contains 29 milligrams, 14 times the daily requirement. University of California, Davis tested this in 2021. 13 adults ages 45 to 65. 1 ounce of goji 5 days per week. 90 days. Their macular pigment density increased significantly, more than the control group taking synthetic zeaxanthin supplements. Whole food outperformed isolated compound. Compare goji to foods recommended for eye health. 1 egg yolk contains 0.3 milligrams of zeaxanthin. You'd need 96 eggs to equal 1 handful of berries. 1 cup of corn has half a milligram. You'd need 57 cups. No other commonly available food comes close. But there's more than just zeaxanthin. Goji contains a unique class of polysaccharides, complex sugar chains, found in no other common fruit with this molecular structure. Clinical research on healthy older adults showed 30 days of consumption, increased white blood cell counts, improved immune signaling, raised antibody levels. Not a temporary spike, a sustained improvement in immune function. The zeaxanthin in goji exists in a special form bound to fatty acids. Most supplements are free-form, requiring dietary fat for absorption. Goji delivers its own transport mechanism. Lab testing showed 89% absorption rate. Even the vitamin C is unusual. Normally, drying fruit destroys most vitamin C. Goji has a heat-stable form that survives the drying process. You're not eating isolated nutrients. You're eating a biological system that's been refined through millennia of agricultural selection. So, if the plant has been in Western countries since 1730, Why doesn't anyone know they can grow it? Here's what happened. 1800s to 1900s. Fresh goji berries are delicate. Shelf life 48 to 72 hours refrigerated. Before modern cold chains, they couldn't survive transport from farm to city market. Victorian Britain preferred fresh fruit preserves and jams. Dried fruit was considered poor people's food. Goji got planted as functional hedge, not food crop. No Western cookbooks included recipes. No seed catalogs listed it under edible fruit. Nurseries sold it for landscaping and erosion control. The knowledge gap persisted for 3 centuries. Meanwhile, in Ningxia, farmers never stopped growing and eating it. The fresh fruit that couldn't survive Western supply chains was consumed locally and dried using 600 years of traditional methods. 2003, the Western supplement industry discovered Goji. Free Life International launched Himalayan Goji juice. Multi-level marketing, $40 per liter. Within 3 years, over $250 million in sales. Marketing emphasized exotic origin, Himalayan mystique scientific studies on antioxidants. Price markup from source to retail exceeded 5,000%. Grocery stores began stocking dried berries in bulk bins. $15 to $25 per pound. Almost entirely imported from Ningxia. Fresh berries in American supermarkets essentially zero. The plant itself in garden centers absent. 2006 FDA sent warning letters to companies making disease claims. Marketing shifted to vague wellness language. Sales continued. By 2020, Americans spent over $500 million annually on dried goji products. Estimated households growing their own plants, fewer than 50,000. The ratio of supplement buyers to plant growers, roughly 1,000 to 1. Here's the economic reality. A perennial plant that produces for 50 years threatens recurring revenue. One-time $25 investment yields 7 pounds of berries annually for decades. Free propagation from cuttings. Compare that to the supplement model. Repeat purchases. Import dependency. 5,000% markup. Extraction and concentration patents. Fresh berries can't be sold profitably at scale due to short shelf life. But plants grow easily across USDA zones 3 through 9. Most of continental United States. Minimal care required. The gap exists because consumers don't know the plant exists as a garden option. Garden centers stock blueberries, raspberries, strawberries. Annual plants requiring yearly purchase. Perennials needing constant inputs. Goji is buy once, harvest for life. It doesn't fit the retail model. The supplement industry didn't ban the plant. They just made sure you'd buy the extract instead of growing the source. But the plant never disappeared. Still growing wild in British hedgerows. Protected under hedgerow regulations since 1997. You can't remove established countryside hedges without permission. Naturalized across coastal Europe, southern Australia, parts of North America. Permaculture communities rediscovered it in the 2000s. Not for superfood marketing, for practical function. Drought-tolerant perennial fruit. Nitrogen-fixing companion plant. Wildlife habitat. Climate change makes it increasingly relevant. Water scarcity. In California, Mediterranean, Europe, Australia. Goji thrives on minimal water. Aging population facing vision loss crisis. Pharmaceutical industry has no cure for macular degeneration. Natural prevention through diet gains, medical acceptance. The plant that was ignored for 300 years suddenly makes sense again. If you want to grow it, here's what matters. Goji is a deciduous shrub with arching branches and small spines. Leaves narrow gray-green 1 to 3 inches long. Purple funnel-shaped flowers June through September. Berries bright orange-red oblong ½ inch to 1 inch, ripen August through October. Don't forage wild plants unless absolutely certain of identification. Bittersweet nightshade looks similar but is toxic. Buy from reputable nurseries. Raintree 1 Green World Stark Brothers in US. Widely available in UK and Europe. $15 to $25 for established plant is fair. 50 plus is overpriced. Look for Lycium barbarum specifically. Certified disease-free stock. Grows in zones 3 through 10. Full sun. Any well-drained soil tolerates poor sandy soil. Self-fertile 1 plant produces fruit. 2 plants increase yield. First year water weekly to establish. Year 2, onward drought tolerant. Minimal maintenance. Don't overwater, causes root rot. Don't over-fertilize, produces leaves instead of fruit. Do prune in late winter to encourage fruiting wood. Fresh berries, when fully red orange, taste sweet tart similar to tomato crossed with cranberry. Dry in sun or dehydrator at 135 degrees Fahrenheit until leathery. Store airtight. For tea steep, 1 tablespoon dried berries per cup for 8 to 10 minutes. Ripe fruit is safe. Avoid unripe green fruit and large quantities of leaves. If taking blood thinners like warfarin, consult your doctor about potential interactions. Growing goji means understanding something simple. The plant that traditional medicine used for 3,000 years to protect vision is the same plant that clinical trials in 2021 proved increases macular pigment density better than supplements. It's been in Western countries since 1730. Growing wild in hedgerows. Available to anyone who knows what it is. The supplement industry built a $500 million market by controlling information. Exotic berries from far away. Expensive dried imports. Pills and powders and juices. The plant grows in your climate. Produces for 50 years. Costs $25 once. The monastery gardens weren't in some unreachable Himalayan peak. The protection was never locked behind special knowledge. It was rebranded as a health food store product to make you forget you could grow it yourself. Plant it in your garden. Harvest it fresh. Dry what you don't eat. Pass the knowledge to your children. The 3,000-year tradition wasn't about mysticism. It was about people growing food that kept them healthy. That option still exists. You just have to know it's there. Subscribe to learn about more plants with documented benefits that somehow disappeared from common knowledge. Goji didn't vanish because it stopped working. It vanished because selling you dried imports is more profitable than teaching you to grow your own. The hedge plant that saves your sight has been waiting 300 years for you to notice it.